Hi, everyone. Good thing I decided to jump on chat, and Jessica reminded me that I scheduled this today. I have not been feeling well for several days, and I slept for like 13 hours last night. So hopefully today's a little bit better, but like I was saying, my right arm is just like numb, so trying to stay off the phone and the computer. Yeah, I have not slept. Like it was like 6 o'clock, and Matt had come down to visit, and he wasn't feeling great either. And stomach had been upset, so like I just ate yogurt for dinner, and by 6 o'clock I was battling to stay awake. I'm like, can we really go to bed at 6 o'clock? He's like, oh, I'll just watch TV. And so yeah, I went to sleep at 6 o'clock. Oh, apparently I needed it. I see 5. I think 5 is what we had scheduled. I don't know if anybody else was able to make it. And Serena, you said that mobile seems to be working now. That's a good thing. 'Cause that's a bit of a hurdle for my hair, for our friends overseas, because most of them don't have like actual computers. I was trying to update the images in our shared folder, but for some reason the last one I tried uploading isn't working. So I'm talking about our folder on Google Drive where we keep all of our like some images and informational graphics and stuff. Oh, so you did the whole holiday party. Cool. Okay, cool. So I'll stop telling people that it doesn't work very well then, because it does work. Let me try this again. It doesn't seem like it uploaded. Add to Dropbox. Add. Okay, it says it already exists, so why is it not syncing on my computer? Okay, I can see it there now. Okay, there it is. Let me. So, I think Rose made us another little infographic for our comments, so I'm adding that. Okay. Did anybody have anything that, any issues that they needed to bring up or wanted to discuss? I'm not planning on this being a long meeting. Like I said, I'm not feeling great and I need to get my arm off the computer. Yeah, I think that will be helpful. We've seen that in some other groups, and it works really well. And then that, allows people to still feel like they're involved. Yeah, plenty of people don't listen. That's a chronic issue, isn't it? So on my list, I have just to let you guys know that it's okay to for all of you guys to go back to approving new members. We haven't seen any fallout from the Heather situation, so I don't think that that's much of a concern. We may end up with a few extra trolls this coming week because I upset HCO and started a little mini war over Reddit apparently. But if they get in and they post dumb stuff, just ban them. If you can tell they're clearly a troll and they're starting trouble. I did not further engage over at Reddit, but they are not happy with me. I will just say that. So they may or may not send people just to try to start shit. So if you see any of that and you can tell that they're a troll, just go on and ban them. Don't mess with giving them the 3 steps. When you're answering questions in the group, if at all possible, I know sometimes it really is just a yes or no, but sometimes just a no feels a little curt. So if you could give a no with like maybe one more sentence of explanation, or no, and here's the article that explains why it's a no, just so they don't feel like we're just saying yes or no arbitrarily without anything to back it up. Again, I know that's not always possible, and sometimes it really is just like, is this food safe? And I'm guilty of just saying, yep, when really I should be saying yes, and here's the full list, so next time you can go check yourself. I'm just as guilty of doing that because I'm trying to be helpful really quick, and is it really, like, it's probably more helpful if I give the link and teach them to do it themselves next time. So try to give a little bit of a why with the yes or no. And so Mary brought up, I think it was Mary who said that she liked that new graphic. So I'm going to turn on my screen here and share. So this is our Google Drive, and Rose had made this one here, the team member comments only, for you to use when you need everybody else to be quiet so that you can resolve the issue and see it through to the end. So then what we're going to do now is we're going to add in this commenting now open. So if you have taken an issue, close the comments for everyone so that you can work with the person and you reach a point where they understand what's happening or the issue is resolved and you feel like, okay, you know, they know what they need to know from you and that it's okay if other people chime in, then you can go ahead and post this new green little graphic here, letting people know that now you can comment and ask questions, share their experiences. There's going to be like a gray area there where they shouldn't be offering their advice after we have given our advice or our resolution. So I think that I'll try to make a post in the group with this little comment thing and kind of explain to everyone that this means you're welcome to share your experiences, offer support, ask follow-up questions, you know, things like that. But please don't offer any additional care past this point because the team member has provided everything that person needs to know. Like, that's my idea of how this is going to work, but it may be a little more challenging than that. If you're approving posts, remember, if it's an emergency post or a post that needs a team member, don't approve it unless you're going to be able to either follow it through to its conclusion, or if it's not something that can be wrapped up in one day, you know, that they have everything that they need to know before you are pulled away to something else. Basically, don't approve it if you can't stay there with them to a point where it's no longer an emergency. We talked about the graphics. Continue linking to CSJ whenever you get the opportunity in a post or as a comment, just like with the yes or no answers. If you can say yes and here's the link, or no and here's the link. Links help us stay consistent with our replies so that we're not giving slightly different replies, because you never know when somebody's going to come back and be like, well, 4 years ago somebody said blah 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 and you say da da da. You know, people will do that just for the sake of proving themselves right, and it just kind of leaves us open to less bullet holes, or what do you call, vulnerable spots where people could poke holes in us. Jesse Stone Road, one of the new monitors, has been super helpful and has agreed to take the posts that the other Jessica is working on, Jessica Guth. You know, she's been doing all those little interactive media posts for Lycos and for Instagram to kind of build up the Lycos Instagram, and get some content on the Lycos Facebook page. So Jessie Stone Road is taking all of those same graphics, and she's going to start putting them on our Tumblr and over in our subreddit. So she's helping get some of that extra information out there that way. And then she's also agreed to help out in the Adoption Academy, because they've lost a couple helpers over the Adoption Academy, and they definitely need helpers. So she's kind of going all different directions for us right now, but filling in a lot of places where we need her. Renaming and organizing, that's fine. I know there was a lot there, and you weren't familiar with Tumblr or Reddit, so I knew it was going to take a little bit for you to get it all sorted out and going, but that's no problem. And if it becomes too much in addition to the Adoption Academy, that's fine. I would rather that you focus on helping in the Adoption Academy, and I can try to do some of the Tumblr stuff, or maybe we can find somebody else who wants to do the Tumblr and Reddit stuff. We are going to keep trying to build our Reddit up. What happened with Reddit is that even though the moderators are still active elsewhere on Reddit, they have basically abandoned the subreddit. So much so that I have been blatantly posting links to our stuff in that subreddit for close to 5 years, and nobody noticed until yesterday when I tried to take control of their subreddit. And now they've banned me for spamming. I'm like, well, if you're doing such a good job moderating your subreddit, how was I in here spamming for 5 whole years, you jackwagons? And apparently Brian Smith is in there and still ripping people off. So there's like 7,000 people in that subreddit, and it's pretty active. I mean, it's not 7,000 people active, but it's active. So there's people over there. So I would like to kind of build up our community a little bit, but that's something that needs a solid moderator to watch all the time, and I just can't. So until we have a big enough community for somebody to be there full time and moderate, I'm just going to continue trying to build a community over there. I try to remember to cross post all of our stuff over there, and I've been cross posting it, or I had been, into the HCO one, but that stopped yesterday. So we still have the giveaway for the I don't know what account's logged in here. Facebook. We still have the giveaway for that Inkbird. I meant to pin that. I don't know if I did. Did I pin it to the announcements? Does anybody notice that? Yep, there it is. So continue to try to bump that for him so that we get more activity. You just have to like the post and comment a picture of your hermit crab to be entered to win one of those link birds. And they're Inkbird. Jeez Louise. They are pretty cool devices, and I think anybody would really like to have one. Looks like there's 33 comments, so, oh, I saw 15 more. I do this all the time. I forget that I'm logged in and I try to like something, and yeah, 15 more days. Matt so graciously reminded me yesterday that I will be spending my birthday and Christmas in Facebook jail. So yay me. But try to keep that post going for him. I love spreadsheets too. I love a good spreadsheet. Bump the giveaway we talked about. Oh, this week, I think it was, we ended up banning Addie Red, and Red is spelled with 2 D's. She was the one that was being super shitty about the price of the captive bred babies. And she had been in our group previously under a different name, Mujer Red, like the Spanish mother, Mujer. And then had gotten herself like 2 strikes at that point. And somewhere along the road, she changed her name to Addie, and she had gone quiet. But when she posted the first time as Addie, I recognized her avatar because she left it as that dumb Snapchat puppy dog thing. and I recognized her right away and made a note on the naughty sheet that she had changed her name. So she was already at 2 strikes. And then she started being shitty about the cost of the babies. And when we tried to explain it to her, she deleted all of her comments, which luckily was a 3rd rule violation, and she's now banned, but she may try to come back under a different name because she's one that changes her name and tries again. So if you are approving members, kind of keep an eye out for her to try to sneak back in under some other name. Some people get past me, but others don't. If I've had interactions with them and that they've crossed me, I usually can remember their face. That Julia chick that changed her name too, and then now is trying to dump all of her purple pinchers so that she can get only exotics after going off in our group raving about how she was going to save every hermit crab in Florida. Yeah, right. I love banning people. I saw one yesterday, his name and the pronunciation. Somebody trying to join the group? Oh, okay. I haven't looked in there in a couple days to see. Let's see, member requests. This one? No, he's from Vietnam. Didn't answer yet. One group in common. He's in the Vietnam group. Okay. I'm in that Vietnamese crab group too. So if I post over there, we get we usually get some people jumping over. Agro. So 1 week and it's overwhelming. Okay. Go ahead and approve her. Hunter Hicks. Didn't answer anything. Invited by Josh Jones, but hasn't answered anything. JD Tags joined 10 weeks ago. Okay. Devin King. Joined Facebook 2 weeks ago. We did get some people joining Facebook after being in our general chat. So that may happen also because I promote that general chat all over the place, including Reddit. So and that's a good group. Okay. No response though, so we're going to decline. No response. We're going to decline. From Malaysia. So I never know, you know, possibly they aren't able to read or that doesn't translate well, but let's see. Might be somebody young. I think I'm going to go ahead and approve that one. It's just an hour. They might come back. 18 hours. I love the ones right here. It says just type OK, and they'll say, I don't know what to type here. Like, well, then you clearly didn't read the question because it says just type OK. Yeah, sometimes but if they're overseas or they're kids, they may just be joining. And like I've noticed, especially international in Andy's area in China, where they're really not supposed to be on Facebook and they're really not supposed to be on the internet. Like they're like backdooring to get online. They will not have a bunch of friends, or their profile will be completely locked down because they're trying to hide. And so I don't always hold that against them either. Sometimes I wish Facebook was banned in America too. Invited by Dancy, Michael. Increase. Okay. I'm going to let that one sit for a little bit because it's just been an hour. And we'll see if it comes back. So that was all I had. Just a quick update on everything going on. General care chat is this coming Saturday on the 19th. Jesse only has like 60 friends. You know, that was one of the upsides to getting my if my actual Facebook, my real Facebook account goes to jail permanently. I thought the next step after 30 days was a year, but somebody told me they've got multiple 30 days in a row. But like I got put in for just posting a YouTube link, which I didn't think was something you'd get in trouble for. So if that's all it takes to get into Facebook jail, I'm definitely going to be back in Facebook jail. But would it be so bad to have to start my account over? Because like I could get rid of all the people that I wish I never friended along the way. Like I've unfollowed a lot of them, but they're still on mine, and like I could just have a fresh start on Facebook. I've also realized I'm a lot more productive when I can't use Facebook, which is probably why my arm hurts, because I've been on the computer doing other things because I can't Facebook. If I can, I'm working on getting everything transitioned out of my personal account over to that new Land Hermit Crabs account that I made, so that it really needs to be that way anyway, because someday there'll be a Lycos that I'm not in charge of, and somebody else will need control of those accounts. So it's better to have them separated anyway, so that someday I can pass them over. But I don't know if it's because I'm in jail, but it won't let my new account accept some of the invites, so I got to wait for another 20 or 15 days and try again. No, it wasn't copyrighted. It was just a song. But somebody in our, I'm in this big, it's a really big group, and it's just like a Midwestern, primarily Midwestern group. And the group got a violation because somebody posted a picture of their dog in a pet thread. And then in that thread, some girl, she was just like being funny, and she posted a picture of a big old catfish she caught, and she got 30 days jail for sexual content. So I didn't do anything. I didn't break any rules. I just posted a song. Like that's all I did. And it initially said it was a 24-hour, so I just accepted it. And then the next day it was suddenly 30, and because I accepted it the night before, I couldn't contest it. So it is what it is. General chat will be Saturday at 8 p.m. my time, if anybody's available. Matt is going to be down again because my birthday's on Thursday, so he's coming down that weekend. So I'm going to try to keep that chat to 1 hour. If it's really busy and one of you is available and wants to stay and keep it going, we can do that. But I'm going to try to keep it at a 1 hour chat, just so that I'm not being rude to my company. We need a resolution for Lycos for the coming year. I have not been able to come up with something. I think I got all the prizes mailed out except the Isopod, and she sent hers. I think I'm going to try to use today to read that book. Hold on just 1 second, and I'm going to go get that book that I'm supposed to be reviewing. It feels weird to be like reviewing somebody else's book when I'm writing my own book, but you know, I can't say no to free stuff. And I'm curious what other people are writing and what they wrote about breeding. The breeding program is officially done for the year. Oh, I bet you're relieved. Time for Mary to relax and get out of mommy mode for a while. I'm trying to get the plastic off here without messing up my nails because I just painted them a little bit ago. Yeah, so they contacted me about this, and they're actually a German publisher, and they said that they wrote this in English, and they wanted me to review it, you know, and give them some feedback, and they gave me, I'll probably give this one away after I get done with it, unless it happens to be like something really good and I just feel like keeping it. But I did send a copy to Darcy to give away on YouTube. So see, it's got like this special chapter on breeding. Yeah, Matt has noticed his crabs are kind of getting, they're starting to dig and slowing down a little bit, and mine are too. I think everybody's getting ready for that big molt before they start mating season again. Interesting. He's got pictures of Oliveri in here, but I'd like to know how he proved these were actually Oliveri. Then he's got blackleg, undescribed species. That's a Cavipes. That's not accurate, I don't think. That's a Cavipes, and he's got it as a original description, undescribed species, original name, not applicable. Well, yeah, it's not marble. So some of the translations must not have worked very well. So they've got, looks like an overview of all the species. He's got Cavipes here, but that picture that they have of the undescribed species is what my Cavipes looks like. I don't know how much feedback they expect from me on this. Like, I'm not gonna. So they've got a couple different types of setups in here: a rocky coast, a sandy shore, or rainforest. So they're breaking down how to set up the tank by species. Yeah. So for rainforest, they have Brevimanus, rugosus, Clypetus, Cavipes, spinosus. Rocky coast, Clypetus and compressus. Sandy shore, Perlatus and violicens. I still don't see, I guess I should look in the index and see if there's a forward. Where is, okay, 122 is reproduction and breeding. So it looks like, they got a close-up of the Artemia in here. That's kind of cool. First rearing attempt certainly won't be so fruitful. Doesn't matter. It says on the picture. He sent me this one and the one I sent to Darcy, but if you want it when I get done with it, I'm fine sending it to you. Let's see. Yeah, there's somebody else must be breeding over there. In 2012, Melanie Schmitz, do you know that name? Proved that private breeding of terrestrial hermit crabs is possible, as reported at length by Oliver Mengdot in the journal Caridina. Is that curls, do you think? I will shortly go into the details of this breeding success. The zoe are positively phototactic. In other words, they swim towards the light. That permits them to be captured by light traps. So, rearing is undoubtedly complicated and of no economic interest. Okay. I guess they're saying it'd be hard to make money off of it, but like small scale probably. But it's very interesting to be involved in breeding. When attempting to breed, it's very important that all the individuals of the breeding group come from the same region. So possibility that because we get them, yeah. Breeding seasons. So then there's a basic conditions here if you want to attempt it. Adequate number of individuals of the same provenance in both sexes. Buy 12 to 15 specimens from the same importation in as many different sizes as possible. Very large specimens should always be males. Yeah, I agree, Mary. Simulated moonlight. Dry and rainy season must be simulated. As far as I know to date, there's only one detailed report of private rearing by a hobbyist. So he doesn't know anything about you at all. Successful breeder Melanie Schmitz reports 2012. The larvae of hermit crabs were suddenly to be seen on a regular basis from the time she converted a large part of the bottom area of her terrarium to a marine aquarium, albeit a shallow one. So, right? Like, did you not? And I have that hermit crab breeding website up. It's not complete. Someday it will be, but I've listed a lot more. Like, this is the whole reason I made this website. Did it share? It's acting like it froze. I can't tell if you guys can see or not. Not responding, but I've got just like a basic breeding, and then the breeders that I know of to date. I plan to add Darcy and Dan and who was Serena? I know we had another one. I have notes from in my book that I need to get some of the up and coming breeders added here. Risky, Laura and Kelsey. There you go. Yeah. So I do need to get it updated, but there's a framework here that shows at least 2, 4, 6, 7 people who have had some amount of success. Other owners remain unsuccessful despite installing a large seawater area. Okay. At the time of the successful breeding, Schmitz was keeping a group of 16 individuals of various species, Compressus, Clypeus, Purpureus, Rugosus, and Violacins. I didn't know anybody. Did she have Purpureus? $350 per tank. What? Let's see what he's talking about. Feeding. Yeah. Still calling them by the wrong name. And then breakthrough in rearing a chrysal tank. The breakthrough in the private breeding of terrestrial hermit crabs by Schmitz in 2012 came with the larva chrysal tank. Schmitz used a homemade watertight, is it chrysal or crescel? I don't even remember. I know you told us at CrabCon and I pronounced it wrong still. So this batch was Violacins Crescel tank. Okay, Crescel. I might have to write that down like Adamas. I had to write his name down because I kept saying it wrong and it was bugging me. And I think Curls had Violacins first, right? Crescel. Recently, excellent breeding success has taken place in Japan, and very recently with Brevimanus. Crescel. Look at me learning new words. Crescel. It's funny though when you sound something out in your head and that's the way you keep saying it. It's so hard to go back. You should have heard me trying to pronounce some of the foreign words that were in the Christmas traditions. I was on the struggle bus, but I refused to give up. I kept trying to sound them out. Shells. Yeah, they're still referring to this one as a marble crab, but that marble crab looks just like my Cavipes. Maintenance. Poisonous plants. Yeah, see, like even like this one right here, he has. I can't see my. It completely froze. Can you guys still hear me? Anyway, that picture he's got there of what he's calling species marble is exactly what my Cavipes looks like. That might be our pronunciation of it, Rita, I'm guessing. I've gone on to some of those pronunciation websites. There's like one that's like Emma Says or something like that. And there's words that like I know that they're not pronouncing correctly. Okay, so I just can't click on anything because my screen's locked up. But yeah, I'll look over this a little bit more in depth. It sounds like it's going to be a little hit and miss, but they're claiming to have photos like this. The Oliveri, I've never been able to find any other indication of Oliveri beyond the initial listing back, I don't know how far, in the 1800s or whatever it was. And like Rubison's, he has the same pictures that I have from Rubison's. And when I asked if this is, oh, this is a different guy, I think. The ones that I tried to get permission to use, it was like, I don't know, several $100s a day or something, that it was going to be published on the internet, or like thousands to put it in a book. And I'm like, yeah, no, don't need it that bad. Yeah, so see, he's got right here, he's got Purpureus, and their typical Terra is Japan, but then he's got a picture of one from an island in Thailand. There's no evidence they exist outside of Japan. Yeah, so he's got pictures that look to be juvenile Prolatus that he thinks compare to that drawing of Oliveri. But those aren't actually Oliveri. He's just comparing to that picture, I guess, from 1818. And it's entirely possible that that's not its own species. It's hard to say. Here's Longitaurus. Supposedly this juvenile compares with Longitaurus, but yeah, speculation whether this species really is Cenobita or not. Yeah, there's still so much that we don't know, and there's supposed to be 2 new species coming this year, or in 2021, I think. They're supposed to be announcing 2, because now they can do DNA, and it's not just based on distribution and their physical attributes. So there's supposed to be 2 new species coming out soon. So there's Lila, Clypeus, Vipes, Carnosans. Again, nothing's ever been reported, so he's showing a specimen that matches the description, but is actually a juvenile Prolatus again. So I think he's just including them for the sake of being thorough, but they're not known species for sure confirmed. He's showing claws here, which shows the Cavipes claw at the top. And it's the same claw that he's showing back here in this marble. I've never heard of this marble crab, so I don't know if that's something that's coming, and it's some sort of offshoot of Cavipes, like a related species. I'm trying to find it again. Right, so there's the exact same pincher there that he's showing here. So interesting. It doesn't look like heavy reading. So Mary, I'll go through it and give them some feedback, I guess. Not like I doubt they're going to edit the book based on what I say, but I will at least let them know that you know nothing of Mary Akers, and she deserves an entire chapter. But after I get done looking it over, I'll send it to you, because it doesn't look like there's anything else in there that I need to keep it for. It gives me an idea. I wanted to have loads and loads of pictures in my book too, and was planning for that, but I was kind of conflicted on the actual size, and I like this size. I think this will be a good book size for my book as well. Rose had been helping me do a first pass through on my editing, but because things had gotten busy and with her hubby being home, that kind of came to a stop. So until I can get it edited, I can't really move forward. Do you mean like in here, the flaps that go in? No. Is that what French flaps are? Yeah, there's no. I'm not sure where they get all the pictures. Some of them they put credit on the pictures. Oh, there's also a QR code in it to like scan and learn more. Translation, Mary Bailey. Editor, publisher, Wolfgang Glaser. Printed in the EU. Printed March 2020. All photos are Frank Schaefer unless expressly stated otherwise. And then, oh, there's photo credits right there. Yeah, so he at least needs to know that, yeah, it's probably the best book I've seen to date, for sure. But if you're going to do a special chapter on breeding, probably ought to Google. I don't even know if I can shut that down. Ugh, I think it's going to crash on me. Yeah. Well, that was everything I had to say, and we're almost at an hour, so I'll let y'all go. See you back in the group. Have a good day. Yeah, I'm tired of my stomach's just like, ugh, I cannot get it sorted back out. I don't know what's wrong. More rest. I may go to bed early again tonight. I say that and then I don't. Like I couldn't stay awake last night. There was no stopping me. And I had been battling for like 2 hours to stay awake. I had to keep getting up and going and walking around and coming back. So I could have easily slept even longer. But all right, gang, I'm gonna let you go. See if I may have to just unplug I have to shut down the whole computer because everything's completely frozen up. But I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Thanks for all you do for me.